Hello and welcome to Scrapping on the Fly. My name is Kristen and this is Pinkfresh Friday, a hop started by Joanne Bartel because she loves Pinkfresh and has encouraged and inspired us all to use our Pinkfresh Studio products. So I recently purchased the Holiday Magic Collection Kit from Peacecraft Love and it had all of this in it. This is a full-on, fantastic, fabulous collection full of alpha, stickers, embellishments, chipboard. There's 2 different sets of enamel dots. I mean, awesome. These 3 right here are tags, titles, and ephemera. And there's big things, there's little things. It's just a hodgepodge of a lot of awesome. I mean, look at all of that. And all of that came together in one kit, so I didn't have to go through and pick everything. And then, of course, all these papers. So I am very excited to use my new collection by Pinkfresh Studio for my Pinkfresh Friday. So I have a couple, well, I think it's 3 pictures altogether. This picture of me and my mom, we had put up the super fake tree. And then these 2 pictures, the top one is my mom's normal setup, except my dad is in there. And then the box that brought me to tears at Christmas the year after my dad died. So I have my papers, my embellishments, all of the embellishments, my 2 pictures. So let's see how this goes. So first things first, all these colors are not necessarily what you would call classic Christmas colors. I mean, they are definitely in there. But there's also some light blues and some this yellow, which I guess I would consider this a Christmassy color, but typically you think reds and greens. And I love that about this collection. It does have the reds and greens, but it is not inundated with huge, bold patterns of poinsettias and things like that. Nothing against a poinsettia, you all, but I just have no real desire to use them in my daily Christmas scrapbooking. They're not my favorite thing because they're just, I don't know, it's just not my thing. So a lot of times with Christmas paper especially, there are a lot of icon papers. And so I was glad that the majority of these papers were not that way. There are icons on some of the pages, but not a ton. Now this paper right here is just a scrap from what I had cut off, that paper, the background paper, or not the background paper, but what I matted. And it has this really pretty rainbow on it, and I love that. Now it's got these leaves and flowers from where it was a wreath, but don't you worry about that. That's going to get covered, and all you're going to have is that fat strip of that rainbow stripe, and I love that. So first I'm going to trim my pictures down. This one I end up trimming more. These other ones are 3x4. And like I said, one of them is my mom's, it's not a mantle, it's her hearth. Because she doesn't have a mantle. She has this huge stone fireplace in the house that my dad had built. And so they always decorate that little space in front of the fireplace ever since they quit using the fireplace for its real purpose. And so they always have these little moving figures. They used to do Christmas Major and the Christmas after my dad died. We all were trying to just find our joy again. So, you know, the first Christmas is always hard. And so we just tried to do as much fun and have as much fun as we could. So any pictures and layouts you see of our 2018 Christmas, most of the time we are being pretty crazy. So that's okay. So I have cut down that little white background paper with the little strips, and I cut it to 3 1/4 by 4 1/4, and then I cut the yellow to 3 1/2 by 4 1/2, I think, or just, you know, somewhere around there, because I wanted a border. Now I did not have enough of that yellow paper, and well, I could have, but I chose to cut it off and just use the part that I had left over. And I am going to use that on this picture of me and my mom showing off the tree that we had just put up. And, we do it every year, but for some reason it is a pain in the patootie every year. And I would just like to leave it up all year long for her, but I won't. She wouldn't like that. So I'm looking at the back of these embellishments, and normally I cut this part out, so I'm not sure why I didn't. I was either that or I'm watching what's on YouTube. There's no telling. Could be a little bit of both. Could be talking to my son. That's also a possibility. So I decided I wanted to use this. I think it says something like "All of us are home for Christmas." All family came home for Christmas or something like that. Mostly because while my dad was not there in person, his picture's in the on the hearth, and his spirit was definitely there. Henceforth, the bottom picture, which you might find to be an odd thing to scrapbook, but that is the box that my mom and dad's tree was in. And every year the box would get a little bit more beat up, and my father felt like duct tape could cure anything. So he put all that duct tape on there, and every year he'd add another piece to keep it on there. And so when I went downstairs to get the box upstairs, I just sat down on the floor and just cried like a baby over duct tape, because it just was something my dad had done. And it just, made me miss him a whole lot. And I can't say that I didn't get teary-eyed just creating this layout. Like I've said many times, I am currently doing 2018, and I know it will be emotional, a lot of it. The first part of the year was rough for other reasons. And then in, March and April, we lost my aunt and then my dad. And so, then there's all the holidays and all the events are kind of, that grief is kind of hanging over you. So, but my family found ways to make it fun and to, keep him, hit the spirit in there. So, that picture of my dad still sits on the hearth every day. My mom doesn't ever move it. So it's like he's hanging out with her in the living room. So I'm just looking for the whatever embellishments I want to use. And I really do love these little holly berries and the little flowers with the berries on them, tucking them in these little corners. I really, really love the way this layout turns out, you all. And I instantly, when I was done with this layout, created another layout with this collection because I loved it so much. I almost did a couple more, but I had to put it away because I want to make sure I have some to document this year, because I don't want every page of Christmas to be the same collection. I like it to be more, funky and different, and not like same old every page. And while, you can be really creative and do lots of different things, even with the same collection, I just like to have different colors, different patterns, different phrases, all the different things. So I will have another layout, I'm sure, in 2018 with this collection, but you might see it in October. Just saying. And then when this is over, I think I've talked myself into doing 2017 chronologically, even though I have said every time since 2020 that was it. I was not going back any further than 2020, and now I'm doing 2018, and I've already pulled a picture for 2017 to document. So, whatever. It's fine, guys. I'm just going to go until I realize that I can't remember anything from that year, or I don't have pictures that I know I can put chronologically. It's fine. So anyway, everything that I am using today is from this collection. I did use, I feel like I inked something on this, but maybe I didn't. Like I said, I did another layout right after this, and so some of it's kind of blending together. But that's okay. But I did use all Pinkfresh, and I do love this collection. Prior to beginning this Pinkfresh Fridays with Joanne, I did not own any Pinkfresh. And so I got online and looked at Peacecraft Love to see what they had. And she had this amazing Holiday Magic collection. and it was such a good price for all of that stuff, and I am so excited that I ordered it. So, and then I've also gotten some really cool things from from Pinkfresh Studios from my friend Tara. And so I am very excited that I've been able to document a lot of things and participate in the last couple. I think this is my 3rd month to do Pinkfresh Friday. So, and I've been using it in between times as well. I think day 10 of Scraptember, I used a 6x6 paper pads from, I think it's Life Right Now that I used, or something like that. I can't remember. But now, oh yes, this is the only thing I'm going to bring in that is not Pinkfresh, and that is I'm going to bring in a little color, and not a lot, and I'm just going to tap it out in a couple of different places just for a little pop. And I decided I thought it was the most appropriate color to use is Festive Berries. So, and it just splattered in a couple of different places in those 3 clusters, and I love the way this layout turned out, you all. So I hope that you all will check out all of the people who are hopping along with Pinkfresh Friday and creating from different the different collections and, you know, different styles and everything. I love being able to tuck things in and not feel like I'm, you know, using everything, because there was so much. So, oh yes, all hearts come home for Christmas. I thought that was perfect. And then this little black banner here that says grateful for this Christmas memory. I put it there on purpose because I thought it was perfect right there on that box with the tape. So anyway, I hope you'll check out everybody below, and I hope you'll come back and see me again real soon. Have a great day and happy scrapping.